With the warmer weather here, it's a great time to explore this city, but one place that not everyone thinks of when planning a staycation is the Bronx. This morning, we are getting a virtual tour of the borough that's sure to leave you with more than a few ideas. Lloyd Ultan is the official Bronx Borough historian, and he joins us now to talk about some of the best spots there as he gets ready to release a Bronx tour guide. First, Lloyd, tell us what inspired you to put this book together.
Actually, I have a collaborator, a co-author named Shelley Olson, who recently came to the Bronx, was fascinated with it, but found no guidebook to tell her all the details she wanted to know. She sought me out, and together we collaborated on making this book, which is now in the process of publication, called The Bronx, A Guide to New York City's Beautiful Borough.
Well, and when you think of the Bronx, you think of places like the Bronx Zoo, which you do talk about in the guide, but you also talk about several places that people might not be so quick to think of. Talk to me about some of those locations. Wave Hill.
Yeah. Well, Wave Hill is a 28-acre estate in the northwest corner of the Bronx. It has 2 mansions on it that are open to the public and beautiful grounds. You could actually sit on there and overlook the Hudson River and see the beautiful Palisades beyond. Beautiful gardens to see, and there are guided tours that they give.
And then the Cortlandt House is another home that you talk about.
Yeah, the Cortlandt House is the oldest building in the Bronx. It was built in 1748. George Washington slept there 3 times. And it is open as a museum. People can go in and see some of the original stuff that the Cortlandt family owned. And there are guided tours inside that house as well.
And you can apparently see some beautiful art in the Bronx without even going to the museum. You actually suggest going to the county building. Yes,
the Bronx County building on 161st Street in the Grand Concourse is replete with sculpture on the outside, done by some of the major sculptors of the day, Adolph Weinman, George Keck, and they... people think that it was done under the WPA in the 1930s, but it was not. It was actually designed in the late 1920s before the WPA ever existed, and it was funded by the city and the state, not by the federal government.
And then the Woodlawn Cemetery I find fascinating, because cemeteries don't always scream tourism, but there are some very big names there.
Oh, absolutely. Woodlawn Cemetery, in a sense, is like a Hall of Fame. It's very widely landscaped, but you have people like Irving Berlin, George M. Cohan, Duke Ellington, Miles Davis, Lionel Hampton, and that's just the people who are performing in music. But you also have statesmen there. You have some of the great industrialists and merchants of the 19th century, like Jay Gould, Collis B. Huntington, and several others there, in magnificent mausoleums. And frankly, if you want to go to the last place you can go to a 5 and 10 is in the Woodlawn Cemetery, because F.W. Woolworth is there too.
Well, and you suggest that it's like a Hall of Fame, but you actually have a Hall of Fame in the Bronx as well.
That's right. Today on the Bronx Community College campus is the Hall of Fame for Great Americans, the very first Hall of Fame of any kind in the country. It consists of busts, some done by some of the greatest sculptors in American history, and there are enshrined there people who are specifically elected to it. And believe it or not, if you listen very carefully, if you see the movie The Wizard of Oz, it is actually mentioned in The Wizard of Oz as well.
Good fun fact there. And of course, if you're hopping around to all these locations, you're going to need some food to provide you with some energy. And you actually suggest going to Little Italy, but probably not the Little Italy that most people would think of.
Well, the real Little Italy of New York City, what we call the Little Italy of the Bronx, is on Arthur Avenue in Belmont, and it is replete with excellent Italian restaurants, northern Italian food, southern Italian food, and anything in between. It has the Arthur Avenue market where people could go shopping. There's also the Titel's Grocery, which attracts people of Italian extraction throughout the metropolitan area to get the Italian delicacies that they cannot get in their own suburban villages. Moreover, you have a place like Borgatti's, which actually makes pasta there. You could actually watch the guy making pasta, and it's fresh as fresh can be.
And I know the book actually has a photo, and you can see them making the pasta there. It's a really great, good, authentic shot. That is New York at its best.
Right, absolutely.
And of course, we also see some familiar spots. We're looking at the Botanical Gardens, Yankee Stadium. So if people want to take a look at those, they can find out a little bit more information about the familiar spots as well. When does the book come out?
Well, it'll be either the end of this year or the beginning of next. And when it does come out, I hope that you invite me and my co-author, Shelley Olson, and we can actually discuss the book in greater depth and show people all of the wonders that you could find in the Bronx that people don't expect.
Well, we very much look forward to it, Lloyd. Eye-opening for sure. Lloyd Ultan, thank you so much for being on with us, and we will be right back.